It is Tuesday, the 1st of October, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. It's the 1st of October, the 1st of October. I'm not doing a song by 1st of October today. I probably should have planned that ahead, but no, well, here we are. Today I'm doing a song by a band called Infinity Song. They're a band of siblings, Abraham, Angel, Israel, and Momo Boyd. They always grew up singing. They were in a choir together, and their father was the choir director. They always grew up being musical. They started busking, they happened to meet some people. They ended up performing for Jay-Z in his office and then getting signed to his label. They just propelled to stardom very quickly. And they've released 3 albums now since 2020. They've also released a few covers of songs. Their cover of Dreams by Fleetwood Mac is very good and has kind of gone viral around the internet as well. But the song I'm talking about today is a different song of theirs that went viral, and it is called Haters Anthem. This song, I think it just popped up on my YouTube recommended, as so often does, and I was like, Haters Anthem, Infinity Song, what the fuck is this? And I loved it instantly. It immediately clicked with me. I was like, oh, I love this so much. Not just because of the vibe of the song, the music of it, because I love that as well, but also just the lyrics are so clever and interesting, and we'll obviously talk about that when we get to it, but it's just such an interesting idea for a song. And there's a video on Genius. Sometimes Genius does these interviews with people where they talk about their songs and they sing them a cappella, and sometimes they sound like shit and it becomes a meme. Well, it doesn't sound like shit when they do it, because these 4, they're all vocalists, right? And they've been singing together their whole lives. They know how to harmonize with each other, and they can just do it. So this song sounds great a cappella. But I'll be kind of referring to that video as well for their own thoughts on the song. But you should check it out as well. It's in it'll be linked down below. Anyway, let's go listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. You wouldn't think a song with hate in the title could put you in such a good mood, but it's such a feel-good song. I love it so much. So, this song is satirical. It's called Haters Anthem, and it's about being a hater. And the first line is, I love the way it feels to be a hater. But it is not endorsing being a hater. It's not endorsing hating. I mean, they say in the Genius video, it's not about endorsing it, it's about diagnosing it. It simultaneously mocks people who waste their time hating. I don't mean just in general having negative emotions. I mean, people who go into people's social media and harass them, people who leave anonymous comments places, people who comment on YouTube things just to hate, right? The common term hater, not actual negative justified emotions, just people who do this to troll, And the song simultaneously mocks those people and tells them to get a life. But also it relates to it and empathizes with it and says how we all have a hater inside us and we all can understand how that happens, and you can understand why someone would feel that way because everyone has the urge to be like this. And so it's kind of taking both tacts to ultimately have a kind of a lesson of trying to be better in general. So let's go through the lyrics here, shall we? I love the way it feels to be a hater. Something so sweet about thinking that I'm better. Just to wake up every morning, lay in bed, and somehow never ever rise to the occasion or even hold up under pressure. But we all know that it doesn't even matter if I waste away and no one thinks I'm clever. Just as long as I've got my ego and it tells me I'm superior, I could probably go a lifetime being barely mediocre. I'd still convince myself every time that I'm better. So this is what I mean by this song is just fucking ruthless. As much as it is purporting to empathize with the hater, just the way it's phrased. I love the way it feels to be a hater. Something so sweet about thinking that I'm better, right? Talking about just the kind of superiority complex that you get. Just to wake up every morning, lay in bed, and somehow never ever rise to the occasion or even hold up under pressure. Just immediately just saying, this sucks. This is neither rising to the occasion or holding up under pressure. It's neither an impressive thing or a courageous thing, you know what I mean? And the whole thing with waking up every morning, lying in bed, they talk in the Genius video about people who just it's so common for the first thing that you do when you wake up is to scroll through Instagram, right? And just look at people and immediately have feelings of inferiority where you're comparing yourself to them immediately. First thing is you wake up, and that's where the hater urge comes in, right? But we all know that it doesn't even matter if I waste away and no one thinks I'm clever. So I feel like that's kind of referring to the anonymity of a lot of these things. It doesn't matter if I do this because no one will know it was me. Just as long as I've got my ego and it tells me I'm superior, I could probably go a lifetime being barely mediocre, right? Just saying, like, it doesn't matter what other people think of me because I'm doing this to hurt people. I'm doing this to hate. As long as I'm confident, as long as I feel superior, I'm satisfied to do nothing with my life other than this. I'd still convince myself every time that I'm better. Because that's the thing with online trolls, is that while everyone can get this urge, people who dedicate their lives to it are so hard to convince otherwise. I mean, it's the same with just bigots in general, but like, they're convinced that they're better and it's hard to convince them that they're not. And then we get the verse. And when I'm 99 and wasted time and you've lived out a happy life, I still will have the peace of mind to know if I wanted to try, I could have left you all behind, I could have crossed the finish line, but I'd rather be dissatisfied with everything you do, and I would rather sit and criticize while watching from the sidelines, because I know no matter what you do or what I don't do, my pride will always comfort me, telling me that I'm better than you. Again, just diving right into it. And when I'm 99 and wasted time, like I'm at the end of my life, and you've lived out a happy life, I still will have the peace of mind to know if I wanted to try, I could have left you all behind, I could have crossed the finish line. So it's saying, like, you know, at the end of my life, when you've been happy and successful, and I've spent my whole life just being a hater, I will be happy to know that I did that, even though I could have done so much better. I'd rather be dissatisfied with everything you do. Oh, it is not subtle, this song. And I would rather sit and criticize while watching from the sidelines, because I know no matter what you do or what I don't do, my pride will always comfort me, telling me that I'm better than you. It's just so brutal. You know, rather sit and criticize watching from the sidelines. Like, you know, these people who do this don't know what they're talking about. They're just watching from the sidelines, you know. No matter what you do or what I don't do, my pride will always comfort me, telling me that I'm better than you, was what I was saying before about how it's just like, it doesn't matter what happens, this person will always be convinced of this. And the bridge is this lovely melodic, I love the way it feels to be a hater. I love that. I mean, I just love the whole sound of it. I said before how they all sing together really nice. And they do. I love the way their voices blend together. Because it's like, it's certainly not rapping. It's not quite speak singing. But it has kind of like a spoken rhythm to it almost. Like it's very melodic. It's very pretty. But it's like, could have left you all behind. I could have crossed the finish line. I don't know. It just feels like a kind of conversational in tone a bit, even though it's so melodic. And then the bridge is just purely melody, just the I love. It's so pretty, you know. And then the rest of the song is just the chorus again. That first section that starts with I love the way it feels to be a hater, but it ends with I'd still convince myself every time that I'm better than you. Love this song so much. Just so plain and clear about its message, and it's a relatable one. There is also a music video, which I very much enjoy. It's just them in various locations singing the song. There's like bits where they're on the subway. There's bits where they're just like walking through parks. There's bits where they're giving people ice cream. They're wearing shirts that say I Heart Haters in the style of the I Heart New York t-shirts, you know. You ever look at a family and you're like, how are all of them hot? All four of the people in this band are really pretty. They're very attractive people in very different ways to each other too. But anyway, like it's so great. It really adds to the vibe of the song how the music video is like shot on sunny days and they're all grinning and looking so like happy the whole time. It's great. It really adds to the kind of like faux joyousness of it, right? I don't think I had anything else to say about it. I just really like this song. I love the lyrics. I love the music. I love the melody. I love the harmonies. Please check out the music video and also the Genius video where they talk about it. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
It'll be linked down below. I always want to say doobly-doo. What am I, fucking 12? I don't mean just like in general having negative emotion.